I'm going to be coming at you guys with a quick market update. Bitcoin is managing to show some strength here at the start of the week, which I like to see. We've got a break of structure, but more importantly, we're going to take a look at the important chart here, which is USDT dominance. And this just means the money that is flowing into altcoins at the moment. And as we can see here, we've got a breakdown on the trend line, which is really good for our alts because this has been destroying us for the past couple of weeks. And finally, we got some relief, which is why we've seen altcoins continuing to pump. I don't know if you guys have kept track, but I'm going to show you a few coins here that have made moves towards the upside. And they're not small moves. You know, we've got Dash. That's a 243% move since the start or end of October. That's just one coin. There are plenty more examples. Let's take a look at Near. Over here on Near, we can see another massive move towards the upside, 72%. That's just another example. Over here, we have ICP. We've got another, I think, 200% move on ICP. Hit up another 200% move. So we've got alts moving towards the upside, which is great to see. Now, these moves happened after we've been decimated, so it's like returning back to normal. However, they have gone a little bit higher than where they started, or dumped from, I should say, because the October dump took us down about 36%, but then we pumped 200%. And there's a lot higher than where we were previously, about 100% higher. So these moves are actually looking really good. The terrible thing here is that a lot of people got washed out here, and now it's prices moving towards the upside without them. And this is the path of most pain. After holding for so many months, this price action just wipes out months of downtrend as well. So alts are looking really good right now. I do think we need a little bit of time, a little bit of patience to move towards the upside. I'm currently trading 2 altcoins actively, and that means I'm trading them within the span of a couple of days to a couple of week or two, not too long. So I'm not holding for eternity here. I'm just taking mini trades, and one of them is XLP, or I should say XPL. This one has been traded by the masses for a very short time before it crashed. You can see it had a massive run up. We're not going to count this period. This was the period where everybody was talking about it. Had a massive run up at about 142% before it dumped 84% in a very short amount of time, about a month and 2 weeks. So this is one of the coins that I think a lot of people have a sour taste in the mouth. Not only that, but there's also a bunch of shorts stacked up, and I think you could use a short squeeze to move us on up and liquidate a bunch of people. So I've got a few targets. I've mentioned it in my group, and we have a couple of targets that are really easy to get and a couple that are less likely. So right now we're going to take a look at these targets, and I think actually with XPL, they're pretty much all very easy to get. They're just going to take some time. And I bought some XPL here at the bottom, bought some more here. I've just been buying the dips because eventually I do think we're going to see 70 cents on XPL, and that's a massive move waiting to come. 120% move on XPL just waiting there. So I'm going to be catching that move as we head on up. I do think we're going to see resistance along the way. So as we had a move towards the downside here, as we tap liquidity, you guys can see we move towards the downside. I loaded back up. And once we move up here, I think we're going to hit another resistance. Move back down, load up again. We might not go that deep, but my point is it's not going to be a straight line up. I think most likely it's going to be a little bit of this, right? It's going to be something like that. So what I aim to do is to load up on every dip, every dip, every dip. So long as market structure on Bitcoin and USDT dominance looks really good, then obviously I do think we are going to get to 70 cents, and that's what I'm looking for. It's a 130% move at a lower market cap than it was when it was up here, and it pumped 130%. So this coin will eventually get people's attention again because it's on the radar and people have been talking about it for many months until it finally exploded, and then it created the narrative of neobanks. So this has the neobank narrative behind it, stablecoin narrative behind it. It's not going to leave the mindshare for a while, and I do think at these depressed prices we could see some really good returns. On top of that, I'm also trading Aster. Aster is the perp DEX mindshare, and I do think it runs with Hyperliquid. So it's been holding up really well, and with CZ saying I'm buying some here, it did pump, dumped, and now we're looking at some accumulation going on. I do think we get to see this actually trend towards the upside, and the most likeliest targets I think in this case would be these two. Of course, we could get this third target, but right now I'm just targeting for these smaller ones. I'm more confident in XPL hitting those higher targets than seeing Aster head to $2.40. I'm not saying it can't go up there, but I would like to see structure that supports it. And as of right now, I do see us sort of basing here, and unless the market heads lower, I do think we're going to see that price appreciation happen really slowly towards the upside and take out these targets. But Hyperliquid would have to move, because if people see Hyperliquid moving, which is the primary DEX, then obviously they're going to be betting on the beta, which is Aster, to move higher. So right now, these are my two plays for the next coming weeks. Of course, there are so many more opportunities like Virtuals. I think Virtuals is making a move at the moment, and we could see it head towards the upside here. I do think we'll see Virtuals back at about $1.90 in the next coming days. It's not going to take that long. It's very volatile, moves very fast. And I think if we do get that move towards the upside, then $2 definitely on the table and potentially actually cracking this $2 mark and heading higher. So we'll have to wait and see if we can actually get this moving towards the upside. But if I had to add a third play, it would definitely be virtuals. I think it's got some people behind it and a strong narrative behind it. And along with Tau, I think these two could be the major AI plays of this cycle. So Tau is currently lagging. I do want to buy some Tau, but what I'm looking at here is for us to actually move towards downside before cracking towards the upside. It's not showing the strength I want to see compared to other altcoins, maybe because it is ahead of the rest. You can see we put in a massive move of about 50% for a Bitcoin, and it's simply retesting and back in accumulation right now. So I'm currently waiting, seeing if we can get down here and see what the market looks like. And then if we get that, price down about 362, and this is a trade for me. I'll be looking to trade it to 485 or possibly higher, but we're currently stuck on the upper bound range. We were on the lower bound range back here, and you can see that we have the potential to break out of this $500 range and then head to these higher numbers, tagging possibly that psychological resistance of $1,000. So that is my current game plan going forward. It's to assume that Bitcoin is going to remain bullish. Therefore, the altcoin market is going to find some ground to actually appreciate. So I'm on the bias of bullishness right now. We'll have to see how high BTC can go before we get some more chop or some more down movement. But I don't want to see us break 101K on Bitcoin. Otherwise, that would turn me bearish again. So that's what I got for you guys this week. And I'll keep updating you guys to see how the market evolves. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.